Alright, y'all, I'm your girl, rapper, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker. Alright, so, racism against black women. I'm determined to, every day of this Black History Month, and probably every day of Women's Month, talk about this issue. Because it's something that black women experience every day. Now, don't get me wrong, when I talk about this, we have a lot of people that love on us, black women. There has been a lot more understanding of people getting an idea of, what black women experience at times. And cause like I said, the unfairness of a lot of it is just, we haven't even done anything wrong when we walk in the space, you know what I'm saying? But just our color and just so much criticism by other people because of the color of our skin. Matter of fact, our hair gets judged more because of the color of our skin. Because we'll see people who are not black, we're all kind of hairstyles, one side shaved off, one side long, pink, blue hair, green hair. And nobody says nothing or looks down on them or devalues them because of what the hair looks like. The things that they do to black women that they don't do to other women, and it relates to the color of our skin. And as Sojourner Truth talked about, the most hated person in America, I don't know if she was saying the world or America, Sojourner Truth, I have to look that up again, but I know she's saying the most hated person is the black woman. And she was talking about because we are in two demographics. We're in the demographic of black people, where some people still don't like black people and don't value black people, so they don't value the black woman. And then we're in the gender category, demographic, where some people still don't like women and still do not value women. So they most definitely then do not value the black woman. So those are the things that black women deal with. We get the double whammy, as some people say it. The double whammy. Because even our black men are at least in that category where, what to say, it's a man's world. We know it ain't a man's world, but we're thinking it is. But, so anyway, but the black woman, we are also women. And women are still devalued and not valued. So black women, we had to deal with that people don't like us because of the color of our skin, that people don't like us because we're a woman. And then you put us together, double whammy. Sometimes people just don't like us, or they just think less of us. And so what challenges does that bring to the black woman? Well, it actually brings challenges to our livelihood. Because, as they're talking about with ICE raids, and they're talking about how ICE just snatches people off the street, and you never know when some of your life could be rearranged. It makes me think, because I'm like, well, that's what black women have been experiencing. That's what we experience every day. And we don't always have a team around us. Like right now, you have protesters and you have people that are helping the people, as they should. We all, because I support that too. Helping people, because people shouldn't just be snatched off the streets, regardless of, your status and everything with this immigration. You still have due process, you still have rights, still things that you have, but it most definitely takes us to how black women are, when we walk up on the scene, people look at us suspiciously, act like we shouldn't be in certain spaces, where every space there is, a black woman can be. And again, shouts out to Tiana Taylor, that I really like how at the Golden Globes, she took that time to make sure that she talked about that black women belong in all spaces, because that is true. Black women belong in all spaces, just like women who are not black can go to any space and people welcome them, they smile at them, that's how we should always be welcome. That's how black women should always be welcome. Now no matter what color you are, if you're doing something wrong, then okay, that where people might, security or different places, people might need to, okay, what's going on, but just because your body, just because your mere body is in a space, at an event, in an area or whatever, you should not be deemed suspicious or looked at as a criminal or as a threat because of the color of your skin. And as one attorney told me, they also call it hyper vigilant or something like that she was saying. I might have just created a whole new word, but I forgot the word she was saying, where they look at you like, but anyway, they watch you more, they watch black women more. So, like I said, and then people can be doing things. So I'm just mentioning challenges that black women have because of this racism against black women. So people will do things to black women, and it's not the black woman's fault. But when she's trying to get help with someone doing something wrong to her, because she's a black woman, and because of the mindset, unfortunately, negative mindset, there's some people, I'm not saying everybody has these thoughts about black women, but we're talking about people that are in power and in positions that can negatively affect black women. So we're not just talking about the neighbor or this and that, But then again, when we talk about people accusing black women of things, that can be anybody. That could, just be anybody on the street. But that's not right, but the thing is, so if someone does something to a black woman and she's trying to tell, unfortunately, because of the negative perception that some people have about black women, they will literally not believe the black woman. They'll act like the black woman is lying. And that comes from the slavery. That comes from the slavery mentality too, where in slavery days, they always were suspicious of black women and always acted like black women were lying and this and that, and it wasn't even black women, like actually it was, but anyway, watch some of the movies and you'll see who's really doing some lying. But anyway, so, that's detrimental to black women, because here you are just living your life day by day. And y'all know me, I'm your girl, rapper Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Walker. Y'all know I still keep it going. I do music, I do comedy, I love sports, I love different things to do, I love my family, I love, doing different things, and I go, I don't, now I know I have to be aware, and that's what these racism against black women, a part of these DocuSeries, it's sort of like a reality show because I'm doing all of this and discussing this stuff in real time, of things that are going on, and it's for your safety, so you can be aware. Racism against black women and me doing these videos and talking about it's not, to turn you against other races or act like everybody's, because everybody is not against us. I'm around a lot of great people all the time who treat me good, all races and even our own race. Sometimes y'all hear me but I have to go on our own race sometimes because that's the one that really be throwing me off is when our own black people be looking at black women, and mistreating black women. I'm like, now how just as a culture we get treated, just as a black culture, how, people will do systemic racism against us and racism. So why would black people be racist against other black people? But it is truly a thing that we all know exists. And what things always get me is that then when the black person be racist, they say, well, I'm black too. That don't mean nothing. You still being racist, right? And also, it's a mindset. That's what the black people gotta realize. It's a mindset. I don't care what color you are. If you in that mindset that you are constantly suspicious of your black sister all the time, that's a mindset that you have allowed to seep and brainwash your brain. But like I said, but again, so these videos are just to help keep you safe so you can be aware that these tactics happen. Not saying that everywhere you go, but there's a lot of black women, as black women can testify, we experience it, especially when you're educated and you know what racism looks like. Because racism is not always about them calling you the N-word when you walk down the street. Racism is not always as blatant, but it can be blatant. But not always. Sometimes it's when you're in a store, a department store, a mall, or just a store, and they keep coming by asking you 1,500 times, do you need help? You get to the other side, you're just like, if I need help, I'll come get you. Or you just do the method like I do. I'm your girl comedian Michelle Walker. I just start talking to them and talk. Then they be ready to leave. They be like, oh Lord. But because we shouldn't be watching the store like that. And it'd be amazing to me because just because the color of our skin, they're watching us more in the store. So you sit and you think about, so while they're busy being suspicious of us, the black woman, you got the other woman and other people of all races, they just probably stealing up the store. I'm not saying y'all do, but I'm just saying. But but like I said, the key point too I wanted to put in y'all mind though, it's about safety, because some people know these things exist, some people don't. Some black people, they don't understand why when they go certain places or around certain people, why people are treating them a certain way. Well, a lot of time it relates with people do not value black people, and then they most definitely don't value black women because they still don't even value us. Like Sojourner Truth talked about, again, we're in that two demographics that, our society still has a challenge with valuing. Our society still has a challenge valuing black people, and our society still has a challenge valuing women. I gotta ask me. I'm sitting here walking and talking. I want to go ahead and get this video because it's Grammy Day, so I'm trying to do a little Grammy stuff. But yeah, so it's all about, and again, black women, we're gonna be okay. So it's not about scaring you either, because we are gonna be okay. God is good. God got us. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, just as a black woman, everything that I've just experienced just because of the color of my skin, and I see different people experience these different things because of the color of their skin, because they're a black woman. We are very unique black women that, I know I hear people say, well, that's like to say, no. We will walk up on the scene and we ain't said or done nothing. I got all these college degrees and everything. No. The first thing they go is negative mindset, a lot of them. And that's not right, because they don't do that to other races of women. Other races of women can walk up, everybody, hey, I did it, happy. At least they don't think nothing negative. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't even asking for the extra. We just like, can you at least just make sure that you are, just fair treatment, So yeah, so that's just one of the key things. So again, racism against black women. I've been doing these videos for years. So you can go on YouTube, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks 6547, and you'll see them. And also the channel, my YouTube channel before year 2020 is Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, and that's Michelle with 2 L's. Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, and that's 1870. So yeah, so Michelle with 2 L's, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks 1870 is my YouTube with some of my videos, racism against black women. I think they all might be actually on this current YouTube that I'm posting to, which is Michelle Hope Walker Speaks 6547. And that's MICHELLEHOPWALKERSPEAKS 6547. And this is Black History Month, y'all. It's February 1st, 2026, Sunday, February 1st, 2026. And we're beautiful. Black women, we are beautiful, we are smart, and no matter where you are, if you find you're in a culture of people mistreating you or acting like something wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with you. You're beautiful, you're smart. Unfortunately, we live in a society that some people can be very racist and will mistreat you or treat you badly because they don't like black people, they don't like women, and we're both. We're the double whammy. And but like I said, I tend to focus too on how it can change instantly. A black woman's life can be changed. If she's in a store and somebody accuses her of stealing, and she's not even stealing anything. They won't even go look at the tape so they can see, what I'm saying, just different stuff. I've just seen so much. I've seen in the ER, them trying to do stuff to black women, and the black woman's just saying something simple, because sometimes I will try to help, as I can. I just like, well, I think she's just saying she just want ABC, what I'm saying? And that's what we have to do, black women to black women, just other people, just like I said, I've had people help me at times when they've seen that people were being very racist to me in a detrimental way, and they know that I wasn't doing anything wrong. So we have to help each other. Like I said, I be like doing that commercial that y'all know how they have a commercial be like, please help a black woman today. Please stand up for a black woman today. Please help to protect a black woman today. Because like DMX does some stuff too, but Malcolm X, as Malcolm X talked about, the black woman is the most unprotected, most disrespected. So, but God got us, black women. So in the name of Jesus, I just pray we break them chains of racism that people have towards black women, and just like they are protecting people through these ICE raids, they also protect black women on an ongoing basis, because this is stuff that black women deal with all the time, every day, and it's not right. But shout out to us black women that we've just gotten used to it. We keep it going. We don't let nothing stop. And then because you want to get home safely, so also it comes to that point that don't really argue, and don't really argue with security services. Don't try not to, what I'm saying. Videotape. So that's why it's very important to make sure you have a phone that has a video camera on it, so you can videotape. Because they always try to make it seem like the black woman is the aggressor, and she's not, in most cases. So you videotape, but even when you videotape, you don't have to say anything. Because you want to get back home safely. And the challenge is that sometimes there's so much hatred towards black women, racism towards black women, that even when you're right and you're right, people will just still mistreat you and act like you're wrong and act like that you did do something, you did. It just be amazing, And thank God a lot of that has not happened to me, but I've seen it happen to other people. And then I have been, through things, myself that I've talked to you all about. So it's all about keeping black women safe, and this is Black History Month. So what a great month to, again, remind everyone to love on your black sisters. We're not robots. We don't have to act the way you want to. We don't have to look the way you want. All races have where they have different people look however they want to look. That's fine. People can have their own styles, whatever. Long as that black woman ain't doing nothing wrong to you. I'm saying try to hurt you, do anything wrong, leave her alone. You know what I mean? And don't be mean to her. Now, if you want to show her love, yes, please show a black woman love today, please. All right, y'all. I'm your girl, rapper, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker. This is February 1st, 2026, Sunday, celebrating Black History Month, and you have been watching Racism Against Black Women DocuSeries ongoing, and I am the creator, executive producer, Michelle Hope Walker. Follow me on Instagram, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, and follow me on this YouTube, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks 6547. God bless.